Hey everyone, welcome back. The week has flown by. Big up to everyone who tuned in last week and for the comment stuff and who viewed the video, which is great. And the subscribers, got quite a few subscribers as well, so that was great. Back on it now, and yeah, let's get to it. So, Cubase 14's been out for a week now. It's been a great success. Loads of feedback for it. I love it. I'm using it every day. And today we're going to look at the modulators. So, if you don't know about the modulators, I'm going to show you all about it today. Also, I'm going to show you something really cool as well, looking at the current synth by Minimal Audio. So it's current version 2 now, which is really, really cool. So we're going to use that with the modulators. This is going to be good. So without further ado, let's chat. More practicals. Let's go. Okay, so two brand new things. So the modulators, brand new to Cubase, the Cubase ecosystem. This is amazing. Also, current version 2. So if you haven't seen version 1 of current, you missed out because it's amazing. But now 2's here, you can get back into that. It's got loads of new things. It's got the mix here. It's got new wavetables, new sounds. It's got a new really cool effect here, which I'll show you in a second, the wave shifter. You have an engine mode where you can see everything. You can load your own samples. You can mix the engines between the wavetable, granular, and the sub. I'm going to go into this in a future video, so don't worry about missing things on it, because I'm going to do a dedicated video on it at some point in the near future. Also, there's this play mode as well, which is really, really cool as well, for actually mixing all the different parameters together. So this, in conjunction with the new modulators in Cubase 14, is just really, really good. Okay, so here's a little track that I've running with a little bass, just to show you a quick example. That's just to show you a quick example. The bass is coming out of it. This is just like a preset, actually. It's called the Real One. There's millions of presets in this instrument, so I just picked one that kind of works sort of, you know, an organic kind of hip-hop kind of type of bass to go with this. Now, this is what's really cool. So here in the bottom, lower zone, we have the modulators. There's actually 6 modulator types. If you don't know about the modulators in Cubase 14, the modulators themselves don't produce a sound, but the modulators then can contribute into making sounds. So they can control plugins, they can control parameters, they can control plugin parameters as well. So there's an LFO, envelope shaper, a macro knob, step modulator, and a mod scripter. The mod scripter will, it's like JavaScript, so it's actually for creating your own and scripting your own. So it's actually an open sort of source for creating your own modulators, which is going to be really cool, seeing how people come up with that over the weeks, the months, and the years. So yeah, it's quite open, that. So if you're into your JavaScript and you love geeking out on JavaScript, looking at this here, you can see if I go into the script editor, yeah, this is your world. I don't know much about JavaScript, but I can't wait to play with the modulators that people come up with. Okay. Okay, so coming back here, let's just remove that for now. Back to the basic modulators. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick LFO. So LFO first. You can see here it's already doing an LFO modulator. So the LFO is active. The cycle's moving. It's active. You can see it there. There's loads of nice things to tell you here. So it's active. The output of it. We can bypass it. We can bypass a chain of them. We can stack chains. Now, what's really cool is we can actually modulate parameters of plugins and plugin parameters and actual plugins, but also we can actually modulate the modulators, which is like, so not only can you stack them and chain them together, but you can actually modulate other modulators as well as plugin parameters. It all makes sense in a minute, but it's really deep. Okay, so let's chat, more work. So the LFO, really simple. I can just click on the plus. I can just click on this plus here to learn a connection, and it's already active. It's already in learn mode. So now I can just literally go into current here, and I can pick a parameter, and it will automatically make a connection for it. So I'm going to learn the position. So this is the position here, and current happily tells you as well. So you've got like a nice double help system here. So it's telling me in this wavetable the position mode. I click on that, and you can see now a new modulation has been created, and it's already active. And it's active by the LFO parameters. So the LFO parameters are actually changing the wavetable position on this particular sine and square wave. Let's listen to it in isolation. So you get the idea, it's doing something nice there. And obviously here I can take off the timing, so I can have a frequency or hertz. So here we go. You get a nice little wobble there. I like that already. So you can also change the polarity as well. So you can go like bipolar and do the opposite in reverse. So if I flick that, now we've got the opposite. And that's nice as well. I'm just going to ease back a little bit. Put the beat in, because why not? And so you can keep going with this now. This is the really fun bit about modulators, because there's no real rules to it now. You can just use your imagination. I can't wait to see what people come up with on this, especially like in bass type, you know, bass music type of music, drum and bass, hip hop 808s, trap, jungle, dubstep, all that kind of stuff. We're using wobbly basses and sine waves and tones. This is just absolutely killer for that. So now I'm going to say, okay, I've already got it going to position. It's linked to position with the LFO. Now I can go again. So I add another connection. It's in learn mode, and I'm going to say, okay, let's maybe link that to the wave as well. So now it's linking to the wave vector mount, with also going into the position with this modulation of the LFO. And I can tweak it now to taste. Reverse. Flip the polarity. And that's quite nice. And of course, you can keep going and keep going and keep going. So now I might want to, if I move this across a little bit more, you get another slot. So in this other slot, I can then start stacking other modulators. So I might say, okay, them two are working really great, but then I might want to go into maybe an envelope shaper. So let me just move it across here, envelope shaper. And by the way, a quick tip here is, in the plugins that can be used, these are VST-free plugins, by the way, I can just open up this modulator tab here so I can see what's going on. So you don't have to not see in the lower zone if you want your real estate back and you want to be able to see what's going on. Literally open up the plugin here on the right hand corner and you can show and hide the modulation connections. So that's just my little habit of using the modulators. So now the envelope shaper's on. So now the envelope shaper comes alive. The envelope shaper is waiting for a signal to go through. So it's almost like a gate, almost waiting to let something in, the sound, and then it can start doing the following to that. So it dictates the sound that goes into it, the amplitude or a sound, or the level of that amplitude. Sorry, the level of that sound, should I say. Okay, so now the LFO is going into that. So from this preset in current through the LFO, now going into the envelope shaper, and let's do some more. I'm out to add another connection now. So add a connection, it's in learn mode. Now I can go to maybe something brand new in current 2, if you've not seen current 2 before. This play section here, which is great. So you have different parameters that can be mix and match per preset. You can fully customize so many things in here. But I like this one because it's got like a funkize sort of parameter. And it's got the amp and the slap me parameter, which gives it sort of like a twang and a sort of punch as well. Really funky sort of sound. So now it's already connections there. So now, with the envelope shaper, and I can even go even harder. So it's really sort of adding grit and sort of funk and sort of edge to it. It's like a real edge to it. The slap me parameter as well, if I just mess around with this. So you get sort of more, sort of a cut through it as well. It cuts through the mix more. Again, if I want more of that, I can say, give me another connection in the envelope follower and let's do that. Let's do the slap me mode. So now we've got that connection there. So LFO, envelope shaper, changing both these macros within the Play Me, which is the Play Me page, which is the brand new page within Current 2. And now, let's have a listen. And you can see it there, it's all active. Beat on, please. And now I can tweak it again. Give us more of this. And that's great. So now I've got like a sort of evolving sound. It's really tweaked it. So this can be any sort of sound that you use here. This is like a one bass sound. It can be a synth sound. It can be a lead sound. It can be anything. And that's what I love about these. Also, they can be fully bypassed. So you can really hear the difference now. These are the modulators fully bypassed. And then active. Let's solo them. And so now I can go to different levels again and again and again. So I can then say, okay, envelope follow is cool. What else do I want to add? Maybe stay in there, maybe add another LFO. By the way, if you click the drop down here, you can actually see what can be modulated. And of course, we have the modulators, so you can actually modulate the modulators. We can actually do the inserts. We can do any effect. You can see here's current, and look at this. So anything in current can be fully modulated and stacked and mixed, and you know, so it's really, really powerful. I love the learn mode though, because obviously you can do it manually there, but click learn, it's already in learn mode. You don't have to click anything. It's already active when you add a connection. And then from there, you can just go into something. So now let's maybe say, okay, I'm out to add some sort of effect to things now. So I'm going to go to the effects. So this is a brand new effect within Current 2. It's called Wave Shifter. I'm going to turn it on here. This means it's active. When it's not active, it grays out. I like that also. You get the little angle button as well. So horizontal is off. Vertical is on. My education. All right, okay, so it's on. Let's remove this connection. Learn mode, and I'm gonna go to the frequency. So I'm gonna change the frequency of Wave Shifter off the back of the envelope follower. Turn it on. New module has been created. Connection. And now you can see the frequency. Let's drive it a bit. Love that. With the beat. And this is the brand new effect in current. I can change the polarity again. It's kind of talking now. Love that. Let's tweak some of this. More. Wow, it's like a laser, that type of sound. Love the talking bass. So you can imagine the infinite possibilities of mixing all your different types of modulators together, the connections, which will then obviously in sync follow all your preset, all your parameters within your plugins, and then save it as a preset, and the world's your oyster. So obviously when I'm happy with all this, you don't have to lose it. Yes, you can save your project, but also in here, you can just right click, save it as a track preset, and now you can also then recall it each time, ready to go, your plugin with the parameters already mapped to your modulators. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Really cool one. I wanted to show you that. I love the modulators. Can't wait to see what people come up with, especially with the the JavaScripting ones. It's going to be awesome. Quickly play here before and after so you get the idea again. With and without modulators. Now for the modulators. Love that. Let's layer it all together. Constantly evolving. Love that. Okay, until next week, thanks for tuning in. Next up, we'll have more of Cubase 14, more of Current 2, and a few treats as well, and a few giveaways of music, actual music that I've actually made. Until next week, see you later. Bye. Peace.